I like it when I pick up a knife and it makes a sound. It goes. So we're on day 23. No, day 3. All right. And we're going to finish our knife up today. And they're going to be
sharp
and
durable
and
heavy.
I was looking for that A word. And
awkward.
No, awesome. All right, let's get at it. Shoot, I took my name off, so I don't know which ones are which now.
These are yours, I think.
These are mine, yeah. I think. Let's see. This is your knife.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it right here. And this is my knife. I'm just going to test that theory. Looks like, oh yeah, that fits. Okay, this is mine. Okay, so on this side, I'm just going to, like, if you use the cheap stuff that's actually very expensive and not high quality out of a big box store, it will stick when you don't want it to. It'll always stick your fingers together, and if you squirt it in the eye, definitely stick your eye together. But when you stick it on something, it won't work.
Oh, great.
That's the nature. But this stuff is better. This stuff doesn't work like that. So what I want to do is I want to line this up as even in the, in the boundaries of that piece of wood like that as I can. And then I'm just gonna, I had a really clever way of doing this the other day, but it was too aggravating, so I decided to give it up. So I didn't like it, so I just quit. Now this way is good.
Good lesson in life.
Yeah, good lesson. Remember, kids, if you're doing something that's too tough, keep doing it. So I'm just gonna let that sit, and we'll do the same thing on yours. So this is that side. Put that here.
Okay.
I'll show you what I'm doing. I'll just take still a dot.
Like a dollop of glue.
Yeah, it's approximately, I don't know.
A drip.
It's a drip.
Not even really a drop, just a drip.
Not even the size of a tear. And I'm gonna hold this here because I only got one spring clamp, so I can locate the secret location of the spring clamps. Whoa!
My name is Bert Sorin, welcome to my shop.
You're new here too. Pretty good. All right, we're just gonna let those set up. It's a piece of micarta. Working out with Bert for one day, and I can do this to micarta now.
We unstabilized it.
Unstabilized.
Unstabilized micarta. I can only bend it that much. It's weird. But
that one's not good. This one's out of alignment, obviously. Nope, nope, nope. I'll find some. I know it. It's right here. There's a drill press I see. It's called the Nova Chuck. If any of you have one of those, let me know what you think about it. I'm thinking about getting one. Looks cool. It's got a digital speed control on it like that does, so you can just go zoo. I was like, I kind of think that'd be cool. Okay, put that in a secret place where nobody else can find it. I feel like y'all are messing with me right now. I mean, I've never seen you this attentive to your job before, interestingly enough, like all over me. That was a mean thing for me to say, and I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. Y'all don't feel bad about that. You know I'm joking. It was comedy, Matt. You know comedy? You like comedy. There's some gasoline right there. I could do that for hours. I don't know why it's so entertaining. Doing great. Very good. Well, what I like is when we're making knives, I'm making knives with somebody, and I had to keep looking at them. I was like, which one is my knife? So that's always good. That's a sign of a very good student and a fast learner. I worked at this place one time. It was called Hopkins Shop, and I was their product designer, and I had long hair then. And Mr. Hopkins wouldn't let me use any of the tools. He's like, oh no, you can't use that, because I had a kid working here like you one time, and he had long hair, and he was drilling, holing something. He grabbed his hair and ripped his scalp off. And I was like, oh my God, he scared the hell out of me. I was like, wow. He goes, so if you really think you need to work, use that, and I think you do. You probably ought to get a haircut one day if you can manage. So I went home I just got it all shaved off, and I went back in, and he goes, "Oh, who are you?" "Oh, you're the new guy. I'll give you $1 raise, and you can use any of the tools that you want in here." I was like, that was an easy raise. That,
So just same process.
same process. See, like that's too much back there, so I'll get a little bit of it off. And
Will it just not dry properly?
oh, it'll stick very well, and then it'll be difficult to get off without breaking it. So, okay, lined up, tightened up. There we go. And now just give it a second to dry. It'll dry. So that should be stuck. I'm gonna take it off, and I'll drill back through those holes. I was in Nicaragua, like 2010, and this guy took me into this big cast iron shop. They did all this cast iron, and he was telling me a story. He goes, "Yeah, there's a guy that works for my dad, you know, and he was drilling in that drill press right there, and it was big, and he was holding on to something with one hand, you know, and that's why now we always clamp everything in, and he was holding onto it with his hand, and it grabbed it, and it ripped his arm off. And there he is right there. And the guy was right there with one arm, and he came up and he shook our hands with him like, "For real?" He's like, "Yeah, I saw it, man. It was spinning around and around on the drill press, splaying blood everywhere." And he was holding it. He wasn't saying nothing, and he walked off. I was like, gosh, and that's a true story because there's the guy with no arm. Unless you made that up and he lost it some other way. He goes, "Oh, no, man. That's how he lost it. I saw it." And I was like, whoa. This one's not powerful enough to do it.
Right.
It is powerful enough to grab a small, sharp knife and spin it around and cut your fingers. And I have seen people damage themselves irreparably with all this equipment. And you know it because you at your shop, you got all kind of crazy stuff in it. Yeah, a lot of these tools, they're no joke. It's like anything, you know, it's like, it's metal. It has no respect for you. It doesn't think or feel. It's a machine. It's a Terminator, yeah. So normally I can just pop these and it'll come loose. That's good. Perfect. Okay, now, so if I ever get anything in my eye, I just usually squirt some of that in it, especially if it's metal, and it just comes right out. For more recipes, stay tuned. Don't do that, I'm just joking.
Well,
So I want to check something before we get any deeper. So this is perfect. So I'm going to check yours.
I mean,
That's pretty good. Nailed it. We have the option at this point to whether we want to put a clip up here. We can put a swedge or a clip. It looks cool and it's not difficult to do. And maybe we should do it, or we can just radius these corners and not have a clip up there.
we'll describe the difference between the options.
Well, one looks cool and doesn't necessarily serve much of a purpose except for if you have a thin point and it's pointy, and you put a radius like a flat, like a clip, you know, you grind a clip on here. What it does is it makes more surface area, so it'll make a thinner point more stiff, and it makes the point pointier.
Yeah, it's almost like a Tonto kind of thing.
In a way, yeah. So if you want to poke a hole in like a balloon, or
yeah.
like someone with a bladder pool, like if your friends are in one of those, you know what I'm talking about, those pools like that, and you could just walk up to them and go, blunk.
Above ground pool sticker.
Yeah, but make sure you're taping it when they all come washing out the side, you know?
Yeah.
That'd be something like, I like jokes like that, but people don't like it when you do it to them.
No, it's just
But they look at it and then they laugh. And they're like, "But you owe me another pool." Flat relative to this piece of granite. Okay, I like that. Do it on here. I have to lower that a little bit. Okay. Doop, doop. All right, cool. There's our guideline.
Yep.
And we don't necessarily want it sharp, but we do want to get a nice flat radius on it and it'll look good. Safety glasses and hat on this operation.
Shocked that they look so similar.
No, they look good. All right, lights. I'm gonna do something before we start this.
What kind of candy is that? I think it's like an orange. It's like a push-up pop.
It's like circus peanuts.
It's like a marshmallow.
The little push-ups that you used to get from the ice cream man. They taste like that. They don't melt as quickly, and you put some earwax on them first. That's what like gets the sugar
And flavor
working.
makes them.
It's a weird compound.
Does it take like all day or something?
Yeah, all day, and then you put them in your pocket later to warm them back up, and then you eat them like usually right after that.
No, you know, I have found that my dog has eaten some of them.
That only makes sense.
I know because I find the after effects of it. That's good. Keep going. All right. Now, all right, let's see what you got.
All right.
Yes. Yes. You did good.
Thanks.
All right. Sometimes out here, it's a little uneven, but mostly it's from the forging. But when we do this, we'll make it all blend in and it'll look nice. All right, cool. So we're gonna go back just a wee bit with this and try to hit the flats.
Yeah.
I think it'll work. So the first bone I ever broke in my body was I had my finger in some kind of way, I turned here, I don't know what happened, and it made a trip around the machine with the rotary platen, and it was, this tip of my pinky finger was sticking that way. Not at the bendy part, but right in there.
Pay extra for that.
So I cried because I was mad, and I told my wife, and we wrapped it up in a red bandage. And anyway, and then I went on to win that battle at the bladesmiths, win the cutting competition with a broken finger. So,
Winners win.
yeah. This one's a little more squishy, so it won't leave any real hard facets.
Here.
So be about right. Now look at it. Looking good. Now what we want to do is keep doing that. Wherever you hear it singing, turn it a little bit to get it flat again, okay? So like what you did, you can see that line.
Yep.
You're taking more of there, that's okay, but you want to turn it to keep it flat. But be able to ebb and flow with it, be able to move a little bit with it. And you can push it a little bit, but that's good, yeah, all right. And you're gonna keep doing it, and then I always, when I'm working this part, instead of dragging off, I follow the edge.
Okay, like a sharp
Yeah.
almost.
15 and 20, and then another piece. So there were 3 pieces of 80 CRV2 and 2 pieces of 15 and 20, and that's a lot of nerd talk for 3 dark pieces of steel, 2 shiny pieces of steel.
All right, so I
Yeah.
just dip it in like
Yeah,
this.
just put it in.
How far?
I'll tell you when. Keep going. Okay, that's good. Just leave it for a second. Wiggle it around. Just pull it out and look at it. Cool. All right, let's see. Where's that silvery line? It's right there, running right there along the edge. Same place as mine. And then right in there. So that's going to be great. All right, cool.
Great.
It'll look better when we're done. It just right now
Oh,
it's
yeah, it's cool.
yeah.
Cool now.
So now it just gives a little more character to it, you know. All right, so let
Wipe this
us.
off, I assume.
Yeah, we're gonna
Acid.
acid. Yeah. Wipe that off, and we're gonna clean this up, and we're gonna glue our handle material on, shape it, and then we'll come back, sharpen it, finish it, all that stuff.
So is this the darkest it's going to get?
Oh, it'll get darker.
Okay.
It'll get darker, and we'll polish it a little bit so that silver line will show up near the edge. When the Yule people were living in the mud huts, my people were building the Parthenon. That's not my best impersonation. Next is handle.